Hey guys, wrong window over there. So welcome back to the next video in this series. Today we're gonna continue with the Lighthouse, and we're gonna continue with the windows. But by the way, did you check Alejandro's videos yesterday? If you haven't, go check it out. There's the construction of this sci-fi wall looks very cool. And if you're learning Blender, which I myself am as well, it's a great resource. So go check it out. Leave some comments as well. Alejandro wants to hear from you. He wants to know what kind of things you guys want to learn, and we always appreciate all kinds of feedback. So yeah, let's go here. So as you can see, this is what we have right now. These are just the two windows. I'm just gonna grab them. We actually don't need high polys for this, guys. So I'm just gonna grab them as they are. I'm just gonna export them to our assets folder, to our Lighthouse. Let's create a new folder called Windows. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna do FBX. I like FBXs a little bit more. I'm gonna call them Windows. There we go. And let's go to Substance. So a couple of things, guys. Just to we like to share news and stuff. They announced that the Substance 3D modeler is coming. They announced this yesterday or like 2 days ago or something. I think that it was already on beta, or it's on beta right now. It looks interesting. I mean, it's, of course, Adobe wants to get into the 3D engine thing, and it will allow you to like sculpt and model and create stuff. It's gonna be like integrated with the whole Substance family, which is great. If you want to ask my personal opinion, and this is just an opinion, I don't think it's gonna be able to compete as much with like Maya and Blender. It's just not. I think it's gonna be a good tool for like designers or graphic designers that want to have like some very basic 3D knowledge, and they don't want to delve into the Maya or Blender ecosystem. I just don't see it. It's one of those things where it, and I know that you should have your like, oh, you should have like an open mind and see what works and what not, what doesn't. But it feels like this thing is coming into the party like a little bit too late. Like Blender, I think tomorrow, December the 1st, they announced, or they plan to release Blender 3.0, which is gonna be like this super big thing. So again, I just feel like these guys are a little bit late to the party. But anyway, Substance Painter is still one of the greatest softwares out there. Well, now it's called Adobe Substance. But yeah, so let's go here. I'm gonna go 2K. I don't think we need 4K for this Windows. Let's go to our assets. So assets, Lighthouse, Windows. There we go. And just hit OK. And yeah, this is what we got. So we have this guys right here. Now, even though we don't have a high poly, it is strongly recommended that we do a bake. So I'm going to say a 2K bake. Let's do a little bit of anti-aliasing. So 4x4, even 2x2 it should be fine. And just bake selected. So what this will give me is it will give me position, it will give me ambient occlusion, it will give me thickness, and it will give me world position, which is, all of those are really helpful. Especially like the ambient occlusion, as you can see, that already makes it look a little bit nicer. So there's a couple of weird things over there. I'm not sure what those are, but maybe we'll get rid of them with textures. So I'm gonna look for just like a wood texture, and we have this wood rough, which always works very nicely. And I want to try to keep, as we've been doing throughout the whole series, I want to try to keep like most of the things simple. Like I don't want to introduce materials that you guys don't have access to, because that would be a little bit unfair. So yeah, so as you can see, this is great because since all of my UVs are lined up in the exact same direction, the wood grain, which is one of like my pet peeves, like the wood grain also is gonna go in the longest direction, which is what I want. Except, as you can see here, except for this guys right here, it's not going where I want it. But I'm gonna show you how to fix that real quick. So the first thing I want to do is I want to change the scale this a little bit. So I'm just gonna scale this up. Let's say like a 1.5, just so we can see a little bit more wood grain. I probably want this to be a little bit less rough, like a newer wood. So not super shiny either, but not super old, something like that. And the color's a little bit too desaturated, so let's add a little bit more saturation. There we go. So it looks a little bit newer, a little bit darker. Perfect. Now I'm gonna add a black mask. Oh, I'm gonna add a black mask, and I'm gonna mask out. I'm gonna use this option here, which is geometry select, and I'm gonna fill in the border, the geometry border, and there we go. And also for this one, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that's gonna be like my wood. And at any point we can just go back and modify like maybe the roughness a little bit too much. Let's bring it down a little bit, and there we go. Now comes the fun part, because as you can see, like these guys are not going in a straight direction. So if we want to make this thing look really nice in regards to texture, we need to make sure that the wood grain goes in the direction of the long line. So I am gonna duplicate this object right here. I'm gonna add a new black mask, and then I'm gonna start masking, and this is gonna be a little bit time consuming, but bear with me. I'm gonna start masking all of the lines that go like horizontally. Okay, so I'm gonna go into face selection, which is this one right here, and I'm just gonna drag and drop. I know I'm marking the, what's the word, the other guy right there. Another option would be to just like mark everything, and then with a white, just erase all of the faces that are not going in the direction that I'm looking for. So in this case, like all of this, like I'm catching this like vertical lines, or like the left to right. So yeah, something like this. I think this is a little bit faster. So just like select all of the lines that are not going in the direction that I want. Very, very important. Let's go, let's go. There, there, and there. That's it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the options here, and I'm gonna rotate the UVs here 45 degrees. Okay, so it's gonna be a 45-degree angle. So they match. Well, actually, this one, is it 45 degree? It is. Should be 45 degree. Yeah, it is 45 degrees. Let's go back here and let's go fill or mesh fill, because we definitely don't want this guys either. And now, as you can see, all of those lines. Let's go face fill. This guy. All of those guys have the line of the wood, the grain of the wood going in the proper direction. And I know this sounds like super like that's so specific. Like, why would you not just have like a wood overall and that's it? Yeah, you can do it if you want to make them wood, or if you can make them metal and then you don't have to worry about this. But I want to make everything wood on this guys right here. And this is kind of like the attention to detail that a good artist should have, because someone is gonna notice, and you want that person that notices to go like, damn, this guy's actually went and make sure that all of the lines of the grain of the wood go in the same direction. That's some pro shit, right? Well, am I allowed to curse in YouTube? I think we're not, so sorry. So let me duplicate this guy again. I'm gonna black mask, or actually white mask this again, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're just gonna, let's go into geometry mode first. Let's deselect all of this guys. And now we're gonna do the exact same thing, but on the opposite side. Which actually, why not make it simpler? I'm just gonna grab this mask. I'm gonna copy the mask, right click here, paste the mask, or paste into mask. There we go. So now it's the same one. And then I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna invert the mask. So you can do here and invert mask. And now, as you can see, everything else is inverted. And now, of course, we need to go into the mask again, or into the paint options, and like deselect this guys right here. Deselect the wood paint. There we go. And now it's just a matter of going back into the wood and rotating this to the other side. So we don't have to do the whole thing again. Or let's just do minus 45. Can I do minus 45? No. So it's 45, 90, and it would be 135, which is the next step. There we go. And now all of the wood grain, as you can see, is going in the right direction. And again, that's the kind of attention to detail that you want to have to make sure your art is the best possible art that you can make. Now, for the glass is super easy. We're not going to be doing glass. We're just going to do a reflective surface. But we want it to reflect like nicely. So, of course, the roughness is going to be all the way down. Let's do like this sort of like green tint, like something like this, I think looks good. Probably the roughness is going to be like all the way down. So, a little bit high like there. Just something, right? To see something. And then I'm thinking about like the metallic. Like, do I want this to be metallic or not? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Let's keep it metallic. If you guys in the comments say, nah, it looked better as plastic, we'll move it. But I'll keep it as metallic. And then I'm just going to do two very simple steps right here. I'm going to add a dirt pass. So I'm just going to add my rust. There we go. So right click, black mask. We add the generator, and we add our very nice and trusty dirt generator, which, as you can see, works amazingly well. We're, of course, going to lower this because we don't want as much dirt. Look at that. That's super nice, right? Like, we get this very, very nice old effect. Now, I'm not going to use this, like, red color. So I'm going to go, like, a dark color, like dirt, like actual dirt. And we can always change this to, like, an overlay. And that's going to multiply the colors. It's going to give us a little bit of a different effect. But look at that. Super simple. Like, you might have wondered, like, how do they do that? Well, this is a very simple way to do it. And as you can see, it looks amazing. It looks really, really nice. I'm probably going to go here and move the roughness just a little bit up. I don't want the glass to be, like, super, super reflective. But I like that one right there. Maybe that green is a little bit too dark. So just maybe go into like the blues or something. Yeah, maybe something like that works a little bit better. Yeah, I like that one. And now let's do a little bit of a metal edgeware. So you know when you have like a wood object, do I have one? I don't think I have shown you this, guys. My brother, for my birthday, he gave me this freaking axe. Can you believe it? He asked someone to handcraft this thing. But let me see if I can show you. Yeah, see. So here, the wood, you can see that on the edges, when you hit stuff, I haven't hit anyone with this, of course, but when you hit stuff, you'll get like chip damage, kind of like chip damage. And it usually will show the like newer, fresher wood underneath. So you were gonna see it as a lighter tone. So I'm gonna go all the way to the top here, add a new layer. This is gonna be only color and roughness, probably a little bit of height. We can add a little bit of height information. And the roughness is gonna be like quite rough. It's gonna be like a dry wood. And we're gonna sample the color of the wood. So this one, and then we're just gonna go like lighter, like this. I'm gonna add a black mask, right click. I'm gonna add a generator, click, and I'm gonna add a metal edgeware. There we go. So as you can see, this is gonna hit all of the edges. Now I'm gonna change this to linear dodge because it's gonna make it lighter. Of course, I mean we can make it even lighter, I think. There we go. And of course we're gonna lower the intensity here. And one of the issues, and this is super common, so I don't want you guys to commit this. I call this one of the Substance Painter sins. And if you guys are still watching the video, 11 minutes into it, which not a long time, so hopefully most of you are still watching, you're gonna get one of my most secret techniques inside of Substance Painter, which is how to create variation on the edgeware in a procedural way. Because one thing, of course, I could paint out like certain edges, but what if we wanted to create this in a procedural way? Super easy. Oh. Quick thing here. Let's add a... Wait, who's adding the wood over there? This one. So let's just... There we go. So you're going to go to your layer here. And you are going to add a fill layer. And once you add your fill layer, you're going to grab this guy right here. This is the thing that I always told you guys about in your portfolio reviews. Everyone's like, I just added like a metal edgeware, but it's all over the place. Super simple, easy way to do this. You just add a cloud generator. And what the cloud generator will do, as you can see, right now we're seeing the clouds. So I'm going to use the balance here and the scale of the clouds to create a sort of like pattern, like this sort of thing. And then I can increase the contrast, for instance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the clouds against the metal edgeware. And wherever we had the clouds, that's where the metal edgeware is going to be. See that? So instead of having this like metal edgeware all over the place in the exact same like proportion, by adding a clouds and multiplying the clouds on top of the object, we're gonna get variation where certain areas are damaged and other areas are not. Super important. So yeah, that's it. And now the cool thing is all of this is procedural. So at any point you can change the balance here. So the more balance is the more like metal edgeware, and the less balance, the less metal edgeware. You can change the contrast. You can even change the scale, for instance, and this is gonna give you like different results depending on how like small or big you want the effect. And at any point you can like modify this thing and move it around. So super flexible way to add like a very, I would say, like organic looking metal edgeware to your things without actually like making it seem like it's like automatic. So we have a couple of issues here with the wood as well. It's this one right here. So let me just get rid of these lines. There we go. So now everything should be going. I did forget to do it on this side though. I need to go back and fix it. So let me go to this one right here. Or this one right here. Huh. Which one was it? Okay, let's see. So this guy, okay, that one is affecting everything right now, which is fine because this is the one going from top to bottom. Okay, so then this one, we need to paint white certain areas, which in this case would be the lines going to the other direction. So it would be like those, the little squares. I know that right now nothing, it doesn't feel, it doesn't seem to be working, but it is working. I'll tell you why, because now I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go with black. Oh wait, I was doing the wrong thing. But yeah, you can see here, see how we're like uncovering the lower portion. So it is working, it's just, there we go. So again, attention to detail. I know it takes a little bit longer than what you might expect, but it's that attention to detail that's gonna push you on top of the, or get you all the way to the pro level. Now, of course, let's go black. Let's go mesh and just get rid of this one and this one and this one and this one. There we go. So now you can see that the grain of the wood is going in the proper direction, and everything is looking nice. I'm gonna add one more line, one more like thing here that I think it's gonna look very nice. I'm gonna add just like a fill layer. It's just gonna be a white layer. And I'm gonna add a black mask, and then right click, fill layer, and I'm gonna add a fibers, or sorry, there's this scratches generator. Very cool. Boom. Nice, right? So just linear dodge and really soft. Just a couple of like scratches on the windows, as you can see, and on the wood. I'm just gonna give this very nice effect. And you can change things like the balance. That's how many we have. So let's bring them a little bit lower. Let's definitely increase the scale a little bit so they're smaller scratches. Let's say like 2. There we go. So now you can see that we're gonna have some like scratches all over the place, which again are gonna look very, very nice. And that's it. This is it, guys. That's all we need to do to create this very nice looking windows. I'm gonna stop the video right here, and I promise that for tomorrow, for Wednesday, for the Wednesday, no, I said the Wednesday video. No, it's the Thursday video, which is our first December video, by the way. Wait, what day is it today? Let me, because I'm recording this on Monday, and today is the 29th. So you saw the construction of this, guys, on the 30th. Okay, so today is December the 1st, so maybe today Blender 3.0 is already out. So yeah, so tomorrow, I promise that tomorrow you're gonna see the Lighthouse fully assembled. All of the windows, all of the wood beams that I'm missing, and we're gonna be working on the walls, because the walls are gonna be really, really important before we continue building some more like specific hero props that we need. I think it's gonna take us most of December to finish this Lighthouse at the speed that we're going right now. But hopefully you guys are seeing like how long it actually takes to create this sort of things. Like this is video number 14, about 20-30 minutes each video. So I've been doing this for about 7 hours, and that's fast. Like doing all of this in 7 hours, that's I would say quite fast. Something like this, it will take you at least 80 hours, like 2 weeks full work, full time, like creating the whole thing. So don't think that just because I do this like super fast, that's how you should work. I do this in this way for the YouTube channel because it's just like content that we want to create, of course, and we don't want to take as much time from your day. But you've seen the premium courses. Most of you have done one of the premium courses. If you haven't, check the link down below. And in those ones, I do take my time with this specific element, and sometimes it's like 1 hour, 2 hours doing like just one exercise to make sure that it looks the best possible way. So yeah, that's it. Make sure to check out. I'm not sure if the hard surface is out yet, the hard surface course, but if it's not, just wait a couple more days, and I'm sure it will be up on all of our platforms. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the deal. Bye bye.